Hi everyone, welcome to Cascapades, your cruise and travel vlog. Now, as you've seen over the last few weeks, I've been making lots of content on cruises I've been on over the last year, showing you video evidence of places I've been, giving you a little bit of information of the ports and bits and pieces about my travels. Well, today I'm going to be starting a series on an upcoming cruise. What I'm hoping to do is give you all the information about where I'm going, what I'm doing, and about the ship. And for those of you who are on this cruise with me or looking to book a similar one, hopefully this will give you lots of information so that you don't have to worry on day one of the cruise because you've done your planning already. So let's get started. So, what is this cruise? Where am I going? What is the ship? These are all questions that you probably already know from the title, but I'll tell you anyway. This is a 9-day cruise, cruising around the Norwegian Fjords, sailing on Carnival Pride from Dover in the UK in June of 2022. So let me tell you a little bit about the Carnival Pride. So first of all, Carnival Pride is, as you can guess, a ship from Carnival Cruise Lines. Carnival are based in Miami, Florida, and they have ships all across the USA. They bring ships over for Europe where they build a lot of their new ships, and they usually have 1 or 2 ships sailing in Australia. At the moment, post-pandemic or during pandemic, depending on how you look at it, the ships have been dancing across the seas a little bit to different places than they usually sail. So the ships from Australia are currently on their way back to start resuming service in the US until Australia's cruise season is open. Now, the Pride is going to be sailing from transatlantic across to the UK to sail a series of European cruises, including this one, the Norwegian Fjords cruise. So, the Carnival Pride. Carnival Pride is one of the smaller ships in the Carnival fleet, and the reason for this is it's a Spirit class vessel. It's one of 4 in this class with Carnival Cruise Lines. You have the Spirit, the Legend, the Miracle, and indeed the Pride. Now, the reason these are smaller ships is they're designed to be longer and slimmer because they were originally for the Panama Canal, where obviously bigger is not always better. Also, this makes it easier for them to sail in areas like the Norwegian Fjords, which can sometimes be smaller areas to get through. Now, the other 2 ships in the Spirit class are the Costa Atlantica and Mediterranea, but these are for Costa and not for Carnival, although Costa is owned by Carnival Cruise Lines. So, the Carnival Pride is 88,500 tons, has a guest capacity of 2,124, and has a 930 crew. So, compared to some of the bigger new ships, such as Mardi Gras or the upcoming Carnival Celebration, the Spirit is about half the capacity of some of these huge ships that are currently sailing the seas. We have 4 types of rooms aboard the Carnival Pride, much less than some of the newer ships, which have all different types and themed rooms. We have just interiors, ocean views, balconies, and suites. So there is going to be something for everybody's price range and for everybody's desires. Let's talk about food. I love food on a cruise, as you see from my previous videos, and I'm sure you do as well. So let's talk about first what dining options are available on board Carnival Pride included in your price. Well, the first one you can think of, obviously, is the main dining room. There's one main dining room on Carnival Pride, and it's called the Normandy restaurant. Here they offer both the your time dining, where you can dine anytime with your party between 5:45 and I believe 9 p.m, or you can have timed dining for early seating or late seating, if that's your preference. It's good that Carnival still offer both options, as most cruise lines now seem to be choosing one or the other. But Carnival still holds that traditional theme of cruising, if that is what you choose. Other options then for free dining, or included dining shall I say, is Guy's Burger Joint. Now, Guy Fieri's burgers are some of the best burgers at sea. I know I eat burgers on every cruise line I go on to try them, and these are some of the best. The great thing is, it is included in your price. You've got lots of different options on the menu, and they do a veggie burger for those who are not going to be eating the meat. Also, they have a toppings bar, so you get your patty, you get your fries, you can go to the topping bar, cover that burger with salad, with jalapenos, banana peppers, salsas, sauces. There's everything you can want, and it's absolutely delicious. And if you've got any dietary requirements, like for me, I don't eat a lot of carbs, so I ask for it without the bun. They're absolutely happy to do that for you. If you like it with no salt, they'll do that for you. If you like it any way, shape or form, ask the person behind the counter and they will make sure they do everything they can to assist you. Similarly to Guy Fieri's lovely burger joint, we have the Blue Iguana Cantina. Now this is for people who like a little bit of Mexican. So this is a great option for both breakfast, lunch and dinner. They offer different menus. For breakfast, you can actually go here and get breakfast burritos, which are absolutely delicious and a great alternative to going to the buffet. You get things like scrambled eggs, beans and things like that, and cheese in your breakfast burrito, and they are very, very filling. During the day, they offer things like tacos and nachos and burritos. You can have these with chicken, pork, I believe even shrimp as well. And obviously if you're vegetarian, you can get a black bean option. These are really, really good. And similarly to the Guy's Burger Joint, there is a toppings bar. This is gonna have salsas, it's gonna have fresh slices of watermelon to go with your food. Lots of great options. And if you like hot sauce, they've got you covered. Now, the option that everybody thinks about when they think of included dining is, of course, the buffet. The Lido Marketplace, as it's called on the Pride, has lots of different options. They'll have a daily theme on the buffet, such as Chinese food or Mediterranean food, but they'll always have certain staples like a salad bar. They'll have like lots of dessert options and everything that you can desire. Now, do be aware, in the times of COVID, sometimes they will be serving items to you, sometimes you will help yourself. It all depends on the COVID protocols at the time of sailing. So I will make a video closer to the time when we know exactly what these are going to be for this cruise, although I will give you a little asterisk that they may change. Even on board, they may change. I think COVID protocols went through about 3 different changes on the first cruises back, just while the cruise was happening. So be prepared for change. Other options for food. Around the Lido area, we have Pizza Pirate. This is a pizza bar. It's 24 hours a day. So if you get a hankering for slices of pizza, or you want a whole pizza to yourself or to share with your family, you can go to Pizza Pirate 24 hours a day. And these pizzas are simple but delicious. They are hand rolled there and then. If you go up and just ask for a slice, you'll have a slice of something that's pre-prepared, but they can make whole pizzas for you if you're willing to wait. And that is my recommendation. Get a nice fresh one, share it with your friends and family, delicious. And they have things like Parmesan cheese that you can shake on and crushed chili peppers if you'd like that as well. As well as pizza, there's the Carnival Deli. This is a place you can go and get fresh sandwiches. You can things like Reubens, you can get things like that, lots of avocado toast type items. Lots of great food there as well if you prefer something light or you just want to fill a sandwich like this big with fillings, you can get that there. Now for those sweet tooths, inside the buffet there is Sweet Spot. This is a part of the buffet that is all desserts all the time. There's going to be cakes, there's going to be pastries, there's going to be lots of things like that, including always going to be a few no sugar added options for people who are diabetic or just on a low sugar diet. Now, I can't say that these are the most delicious desserts. Sometimes I find the lack of sugar makes them a little bit flavourless, but it's great to have options for those who have no choice. I try and keep low sugar, but sometimes this is the one indulgence I have is desserts. As well as the Sweet Spot, there are swirls. These are machines around the Lido which have soft serve ice cream and sometimes frozen yogurt, where you can usually get 1 or 2 flavours or a mix of both. And these are available in cups and also the provided cones. Now, I don't really like the cones that much. I find they don't really add much to it, but for some people, they love their cones. I prefer the cups. So I will always be seen with a cup and a spoon, but lots of kids love the cones because then they can just eat it and it's part of the fun. So let's talk about what dining options you have if you're willing to pay a little extra. Yep, there are specialty dining options aboard Carnival Pride, and the main one you would think of is, of course, the steakhouse. On Carnival Pride, the steakhouse is called David's Steakhouse. This fits in with the theme that the Pride has of sort of the Renaissance period of Europe. So Michelangelo's David statue stands tall within this restaurant. And this restaurant is an unusual one, and this is for one reason. The steakhouse is actually inside the funnel of the ship. So there is a slight red hue to the lighting around the area, and you can, from the outside, look down into the steakhouse, and from inside, look out of the funnel, which is very, very cool. And it gives it a little bit of an extra theming and something special about the Pride. As well as the steakhouse though, there are some other options as well. For example, on board Carnival Pride, you can have pizza delivery and room service to your room at an extra charge. So if you don't want to traipse up to the Lido to go to Pizza Pirate, you can have pizza delivered to your room 24 hours a day. Yes, it's true. Other options, bonsai sushi. I love bonsai sushi. Some people seem to not enjoy sushi. Maybe it's a bit too exotic, maybe it's just not to your taste, or maybe you just don't like seafood. But bonsai sushi has loads of lovely options, and it's usually not busy. So it's a great option if you're wanting to get food quickly. We've gone there on every ship we've been on, and it's been delicious. Fresh sushi, delicious special drinks, and the desserts are really nice too. Get the green tea yuzu custard, it's delicious. As well as the bonsai sushi, there is the coffee bar for you to get your nice barista-made coffees. They also do spiked coffees if you want a little alcohol in your coffee. You're on vacation, why not? There's also cakes and things like that there. One of my favorites is Carnival's blue velvet cake. That is delicious, and the slices are enough to feed a family of 3, unless you're really hungry. Other options are the Red Frog pub, where you can get the famous beer that Carnival brew themselves, the Red Frog Red. It's really, really delicious, and it's a nice red beer. People who don't like beer tend to like Red Frog Red, so it's really, really delicious. Try it out, see what you think. And there's also pub snacks and things in here as well, so you can get food like chicken wings, chicken tenders, lots of stuff like that. Another option you have on board Carnival Pride is the Dr. Seuss green eggs and ham breakfast. Yep, that is a thing. If you've got kids with you, or if you're just a big kid and want it yourself, you can pay extra to have the green eggs and ham breakfast, where indeed your food will be strange colours and strange flavours. It's a great option and something that is really unique to Carnival with their relationship with Dr. Seuss. Finally, the other paid option you can have aboard this wonderful ship is the chef's table. Now, this is going to cost you quite a lot more. This is between $75 and $99 per person, but the fun that you get from this is basically a VIP experience. You sit with up to 14 guests, especially in a special location at the dining room, with the chef preparing a special menu directly for your table. The chef will make it there and then in front of you. You get appetizers, main course, dessert, and specialty drinks that are not on the menu. This is all made for the chef's table, and it is a really big experience if you are a culinary fan. Do be aware though that this is going to be a menu curated by the chef, so you don't get to choose what you get, you are getting what is on the menu. So this is not necessarily suitable for somebody who's a bit of a picky eater, although if you do have dietary requirements, such as you need to eat kosher or anything like that, they will do their best to make that happen. So, you've had your breakfast burrito, let me say. You've gone for lunch at the deli, and then you've had your dinner at David's Steakhouse. What are you going to do for your evening? That's where entertainment comes in. Aboard all Carnival vessels now, we have the amazing Playlist productions. These are the big Broadway-style shows that are aboard in the main theatre, and Pride is no different. We have Playlist productions on board. The exact lineup will be confirmed closer to the time, but do check your fun times every day to see what is going on with the Playlist productions. Could be something like Studio 54 or Divas, for example. All of them are brilliant, and they usually cater for different types of music. Also aboard Carnival Pride is Lip Sync Battle. This is the opportunity for the TV's famous Lip Sync Battle to be done by none other than you. Yes, that's right, you can get up on stage and lip sync against other people on the cruise, and sometimes even the cruise director themselves. This will be a great option if you're the sort of person that doesn't mind getting up on stage and making a bit of a fool out of yourself. But if you're the sort of person that worries about audience participation, nobody's forced to do this, it's voluntary. So if you just want to sit and laugh at other people, and let's face it, we all like sitting and laughing at other people, you can do that. Other opportunities for entertainment. We have dive-in movies. This is movies under the stars. You can sit on the open deck, watch a movie on a big screen with a blanket and popcorn given to you by the staff. So you can sit there and watch movies. And I've often found that the movies that they show are usually quite new. They're not old movies. So you can get some of the movies that you just haven't had chance to watch. I remember back in the day on Carnival Breeze's inaugural, I was there watching Shrek 3. That was a lot of fun. And there are some great movies there for kids during the day and adults during the night as well. Other things that Carnival do, better than probably most other cruise lines, is deck parties. They have a lot of music parties and dance parties on the open decks almost every night, especially the sail away party, which is always a great opportunity to sort of have your first cocktail and really get excited about being on a cruise. It's your vacation time and it's time to let your hair down. Other options, you have the nightclub. Now, the nightclub on board Carnival Pride is a very unique looking nightclub, as you can see from the pictures. It is very interesting, over 2 levels, and looks cool. I can't wait to go in there and have a little bit of a dance myself. We also have a full casino, a full library, and some arts and crafts sections as well. So if you are a gambler and you like to just, when you're on vacation, try your luck, see if you can win, then the casino is open all times except for when we are in port. And there's lots of things like the table games, there's also slot machines and lots of other things. And I believe you can also get scratch cards as well, which is great if you want to do some gambling on the go. The library is stocked with books and board games. You can also get things like chess, which I suppose is a board game. And you can just get these out, play with your family, or if you just want to borrow a book or do some reading, you can. And aboard the library, you can also get wine. There's a bar as well, so you can drink a glass of wine while reading a book. Absolutely fine. Arts and crafts that I mentioned. There'll be lots of events during the cruise where you can go and do something more crafty. Maybe you want to do a drawing class, or maybe you want to make something out of clay. There'll be options to do that sort of thing, both for kids and for families and adults. If you like getting wet, there's the big, huge splash zone. So there is a water park with slides and lots of fun things to do there. This will be open on the decks and that'll be lots of fun. If you like slides, if you like getting wet, you'll be able to do that. Not quite as big as some of the big waterworks on bigger ships, but they'll have the slides here for you to have fun. Other outdoor activities, mini golf. I like mini golf. So you can do some mini golf on the deck. There's also the jogging track, of course. And for people who like them, there is the deck games as well. So you can play those as well with like beanbag tossing and things like that. In the evenings, there's always going to be karaoke aboard. Whether you want to take part or just join in and sort of clap along to the people singing, karaoke is always fun on a cruise because there's always going to be someone entertaining their singing. Whether it's entertaining because they're very good or entertaining because they're not so good. One highlight I find on a cruise is the cocktail competition, or the mixology contest, where you are able to go and help create a brand new cocktail, and then the winner of the competition will actually find their cocktail on the menu for the rest of the cruise. So that is a lot of fun for those people who like to get involved. So we've spoken about the cruise ship and what you're going to be doing when you're on the ship, but where's the ship going? That's the question. Okay. We are going on the Carnival Pride from London, Dover, England. Now, this is a bit of a bugbear for people who live in the UK, and I'm sure it's the same for some of the US ports as well, but London is not Dover. Dover is not in London and is quite far from London, in fact, but it's called London Dover because Dover is the biggest port near London. So, this is where the actual ship will board, and it will be sailing from Dover at 5 p.m. Now, it will be a big point to mention that Dover is not generally a cruise port. Usually, Dover is used for ferries and for cargo, but there are a couple of cruise lines that do tend to sail from London Dover, and that is Disney Cruise Line and Saga Cruises. But Carnival are sailing from there for this season with the Pride. The Celebration, which I'm also going to be sailing on in November for its inaugural, will be sailing from Southampton, which is where most of our UK cruises sail from. So, sailing from Dover, 5 p.m. on the first day. We then have a fun day at sea the day after, which is a great time to explore all of those food and entertainment options that I went through earlier. The first port of call will happen the day after that, which is in Stavanger in Norway. We'll be there from 7 a.m. till 4 p.m, which is a good amount of time to explore Stavanger. Now, the one important thing I will mention about this port, before I go into each port separately in future episodes, is we are visiting Stavanger on a Sunday. On Sundays in Norway, shops are closed. So if you're planning on a shopping spree, because Stavanger is a city, and it may not be somewhere you want to go and just get the sights. You may want to go around the city. Do not expect to be able to go shopping. Some smaller touristy places may well be open, and obviously corner shops for essentials, but if you want to do a big shopping day, this is not going to be your day. So consider planning something like an excursion or looking for somewhere further afield that you can go and explore. The next day, we'll be heading to Skjolden in Norway. Obviously, all the ports are in Norway. Skjolden is a smaller port, and we are there from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. This is going to be a great opportunity to get some photos and scenery, so think about that. And again, tune into the episode specific to the port in future weeks. Now, after this, we're sailing through the Norwegian Fjord, which is basically the southern fjord of Norway. This is going to be a great opportunity to get some great photos and videos as we sail through some of the most beautiful fjords in the world, some of the most beautiful scenery in the world. If you have a balcony cabin, this is the ultimate opportunity to sit on your balcony, have a glass of something fizzy, and enjoy the sail away. Now, if you're not in a balcony, or you're on the wrong side of the ship for the views, don't worry. There's lots of outdoor opportunities to go up on the deck and get some photos and videos. And for those of you worried about the temperatures in Norway at this time of year are going to be quite mild. They're not going to be cold. A lot of people think of Norway and they think of snow and ice. In June, this is the start of their summer season, and you actually often see a lot of waterfalls because the glaciers and such are melting from the winter. So June is a great time to visit, and I'll go into the climate closer to the time. So what next? The next day we're going to Ålesund. Now Ålesund again is a city, but it's a bit smaller than Stavanger. This is from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So again, quite a good full day to explore. So after Ålesund, we'll be heading to Mold. Mold is a small village, again, very, very beautiful, and we'll be there from 8 till 5. And then the following day, another small area, Olden in Norway, and this again is 8 till 5. Both of these places are uniquely small, different, and you'll really get an idea of what it's like to live in this part of the world. After Olden then, we'll be cruising the Nordfjord, that's the North Fjord, until we get to our final port, the city of Bergen. We'll be there from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. Now, if you're wanting to do some city shopping, this is your opportunity. We'll be there on a Friday, and we will be in a big city in Norway. This is known as the gateway to the fjords. It's the biggest city on the way in, and so lots of cruise lines will come here. Stavanger is your more pretty town, if you ask me, whereas Bergen is more of a place to be for city-related things. So you'll be able to do your shopping, you'll be able to go out for dinner if you wish, or lunch, and have a nice time here. Now, we have a sea day after this before sailing back to London Dover, where we will dock back into Dover at about 5 a.m. If you are on self-assist, you can get off the ship straight away, or you can wait for your disembarkation time. 5 a.m. is a bit early to be getting off the ship for me, but living in the UK, it's not going to be too difficult for us to be driving home anytime, so we can relax. But for those of you with early flights, you may want to consider your self-assist options. So some important info to help with your planning before we wrap up today's video. When you're in the UK, for those of you travelling early to spend some time in the UK, the currency here is the Great British Pound, or the pound sterling. We have plastic notes, which is very unusual to a lot of people. So our bills, as you call them in the US, are made of polymer. So they are plastic and have transparencies on them. And they are different sizes and colours based on denomination, which is something different to the US, where all of your notes are obviously the same size and the same colour. Each British note has a number on them that shows the denomination. We have 5, 10, 20 and 50 in regular circulation. But it's interesting to note that in Scotland, they also have a £1 note and a £100 note, but these are not seen in England. So that's interesting. Also, one thing to note on the UK notes is they all feature, each denomination features a different celebrity or hero from the past based in the UK. So this could be people like Charles Darwin, for example, and you'll find interesting little facts about these as we go. If you're coming to Europe and you're going to the EU before coming to the UK for the cruise, they will need the euro. Now, across Europe, the euro is going to be the thing to have. except for, of course, Norway. Yeah, that's correct. Norway is not part of the EU. So throughout this cruise, in every single port, they are all going to take the same currency, but it is not the euro. So please be aware of this. If you are wanting to use cash in Norway, you will need NOK, or the Norwegian krone. This is a different currency to the euro. I do not want to stress this enough. They will not take the euro, not at all. You will find some tourist places that may, but do not do this. One thing to be aware of in Norway and most of Northern Europe is they are very progressive with the use of alternative payment. So credit cards and debit cards are used more in Norway and Sweden, for example, than you will have cash. So you can bring cash and it'll be useful for small purchases and things like that. But debit cards, credit cards, Visas, MasterCards, you'll be fine. One thing to note in Norway specifically is they don't tend to use credit cards much, but more use debit cards. That doesn't mean you can't use your credit cards. They will be accepted as normal. It's just a cultural thing that in Norway, they don't tend to use credit. So make sure you have your cards with you. I always bring at least 2. So if I lose one or if something gets blocked, then I've got no problems. And please do check with your bank or card provider to make sure that they are aware that you're traveling. Some banks like to know that you're going overseas so that they know that this is not fraud. Others are more modern and don't necessarily need you to let them know. Always bring enough to go around, and be aware if you are tipping people like your porters or anything like that with luggage, it's much easier to have some small bills to give them. So that is everything on this preview episode today. Next week, join me as we talk about your arrival to Dover. I'll go over the major airports in the area. I'll go over how you get to Dover, what there is to do in Dover, and give you all important protocols on how you get from getting to the airport to getting on board that ship and starting your vacation. Then in future weeks, we'll explore each port. What is there to do? What excursions are there? What are the main sites? And what am I planning to do? This is all coming up in the next few weeks. If you haven't already, please click like and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon. Talk to me in the comments, and I'll see you next week.